Way over there in the distance, you see the big aerials? It's not so far from here, but the camera makes it look further. There's a couple of old buildings and stuff there. I went in this one day and I seen you going along, but being away to Malinhead, that must be going out that Atlantic, broadcast the ships or something like that. Like, I don't know what it is, but there'll not be a sign telling you, you know. That's infrastructure to keep secret there. But I'm not sure what this wee village is. But it's quite big buildings beside it. I see them go to pass. It's like a wee school or something over there. Might actually be a main road up here. So we turn off the main road from Malin to Malinhead because we're doing the scenic route. So I think if you went from Malin to Malinhead, this would be the road you'd be on here. I want to stop to see what these buildings are.
Turn left.
So we're going to turn off here again now to the left. But if I turn off here now, are we going to see these buildings? So I'd imagine that some of these old buildings will probably go back to the time the British was here. I don't know. So they had Malinhead itself. Different types of aerials there. There's one main big one, I see all the wee ones. But them wee ones linked together could be a big one. That's to do sometimes. By stringing wires out from one to the other, it actually makes it a better reception. Man, that's Coast Guard, there you are. So that's what the Coast Guard, that's where they're getting the sending the information. Let everybody know the shipping forecast. Any ships are putting out an SOS, that's where they're going to get it.
In half a mile, turn right.
That'd be a handy job there, wouldn't it? Like what all would a Coast Guard person have to do? You went in the morning, what do you actually do? Sit down at your wee desk, and what's the first thing you do? Do a radio check and that's about it. That's a handy wee job. Like. That's Malinhead in front. Do you see the square tower? You check up on Google, but I think that's to do with Mattello. You're an Italian boy who invented Morse code. I think that's what that tower is. There's a few of them was built. I don't think there's a sign here to tell you. I seen it in another program one time. But where's the entrance into this place now? Road up there, see a road up there. Hold on. Wouldn't that be lane back there, would it? I didn't see no sign pointing up to it, like. I'm not going to drive too far down here, I'm going to backtrack. There's a wee, like a farmer's lane there. That must be it. There we are now. Proper sign. Gonna be tarmac. Malinhead. Baba's Crown. Banba's Crown, Ireland's most northerly point. What's a Banba? I don't know. There's the Maker boys getting their wee banners up here. Want all tourists to know how the houses are falling down. White Strand, but it's got the nice signs. Spoil it, don't they, like? They have to get all the crap up. There's no proper road sign to tell you nothing, and there's all these shite signs everywhere. You know what they know nothing about. So that was the Coast Guard back in the day, like the British. But what happened during a lot of these heads are the same. Everybody comes to this one here, but they got error written on stones. So when the German planes flew overhead, they didn't mistake this for Northern Ireland, so they wouldn't get bombed. So the German planes flying a day like today, they get mixed up, and they'd probably see that bit of foot up there, they might think, gee, that there's Northern Ireland, they'll just blow them up. That's the British. if the Irish Army moved in it or not. Good tarmac anyway. I think they're supposed to have put on public toilets here. That's all because of the Wide Atlantic Way. This road's wider than it would have been. So, bus parking along there. See, they cater for everybody. That must be the toilets there now. A wee car park. So this wasn't here years ago. But we'll park here anyway. We'll get a wee, I like wee end spots. Less chance of people banging into you, like. Because a lot of people can't park. I'll tell you what, that's going to be taken in that end spot there. I'm going to have to drive into that wee bit and reverse back. It's going to be tight enough, Willow. Maybe behind the driving in, but no, I'll persevere. Persevere. One hand here, one hand. You see somebody ding the wall, probably trying to do what I'm doing. Ah, they didn't have the same skill, Willow. That end spot, I don't think many cars park in it because I'm looking, I'll tell you what, I'm hardly going to get the cut out to get in that end spot. On a day like today, I don't think many people else is going to come here. We're going to get it, we're going to get it. We're going to get it. I have to watch the alloys, watch the alloys. That's handy too for Willow jumping onto the grass in the pit. One of the toilets are up in the day pit. Hey, they look a bit swanky for out here, don't they? He must have built them. They've even got electricity and all, like. Huh? Hey, well, that's the main event. Did I put my leggings on to a pit? There's actually walking all around there, like. I haven't done none of that. I've never done none of that. This is all new. This is all for the Wide Atlantic Way. Get people to come. And then they want you to run out of time and then pay for B&B. That's the idea, Willow. I'm interested in the history. You're interested in stuff in dog poo. So we've got something here for everybody. Oh no, honey. Can't say them toilets been open. I don't think them toilets are ever open because they're too good condition, ain't they? One way to find out. Oh my God, they're open. What on, Willow? They don't smell the best. That's toilet roll. Very rare you get toilet roll like that there in the public. What in here, pet? One of us hot water. I'll tell you, more cons in here. Let's see if there's any hot water now. It's automatic, I'll tell you what. It must be using rain harvesting for the water pressure that's coming out of there. I can hear it buzzing now, that must be the water heater going on. Still freezing. Still freezing. It's taking a while to heat up this here, Willow. Yeah, it's cold water. Cold water. Any soap on that? Fuck, there's soap on it. There's soap on it. So they're halfway there, Willow. They don't need a big sink this size. They don't need drainage scheme put on. The amount of water's coming out of that. Do you know what? They must have a well. Here the pump. The pump goes on when I use that water and it must be pumping from a well. There's a hand dryer. Oh my God. Oh my God. One hand dryer. There you are, all more cars. Now I have to open that up now, now got coronavirus. So much for that one, back to coronavirus. So what's the rest of the building? Ladies over there, disabled. That must be the cubicle. It's a big building for the size of the toilets. Take a wee look at the disabled, because people want to know. People will want to know. 2 lights. Hey, the disabled looks nice, the one and all done it. Is that hand sanitizer there for the disabled? Did they get hand sanitizer? I don't know, it's not working, don't I? Not working. It looks like hand sanitizer. No hand sanitizer in the gents pit. Right, let me bit of history now, Willow. Let's go and see a bit of history. Let's go and see a bit of history. This. A wee bit of concrete there, that must have been important for something at one time. Not many folk here today, Willow. See, when I'm going by other Coast Guards places, they always had houses and on nearby where the folk would have lived. Here's a wee brown sign now. These wee brown signs are the best wee signs there is in Donegal, I'll tell you. A Malinhead trail. That's just the path itself. Open headlands, steep inclines and cliffs ahead. For your own safety, use footpaths provided. Children must be supervised at all times. Do not approach the cliff edge. No cycling, skateboarding, rolling blades, just the usual things, eh? Doesn't say how long it is. The trail crosses private property. Persons enter such private property do so by permission of the consent of the landowner, and no right of access or right of way is created as a consequence. So that's why they have these signs up, private, but you still go on it. See that wee pile of bricks over there? That's important, that's for something. So all them paths is all new, they were never there. That's all for the White Atlantic Way tours. This wee stone wall is new. There's wee electric wires and all came to that wee building, so there's electricity. And we fired all in there. Now the boy sitting here with wee binoculars, trying to spot these Russians and all. These French, the Spanish. Trying to keep an eye on them all, like, all up to no good. There's a wee fire lit in there and stamped out draft. Look, a wee door on there too, like, keep the draft out. There's no sign of plaster on the walls here. Probably hung up a few wee pictures and all, make it homely. They put a gate in this one here now, look. That's what happens, you see, when you start going to tourists and all that there. Start lost Willow. Whoa, over here, Pete! Oh! Hi, Harry! Hi, Harry! You want me coming this way? Oh! And all about fire here. Look, that iron beam's completely gone. These big iron beams there, that's one there, it's just completely gone. And that one's completely gone. So bear in mind that they're meant to hold the roof up, and I can see daylight. This roof was close to collapsing like them ones Lennon Fort we seen yesterday. There's no actual steel structure holding us up anymore, and the concrete was never meant to hold itself up. Maybe this time this one here was to put iron grills on, start be coming in. You don't want to break it up, just put iron grills on so you can look in. Well, where are you in that corner for? Then again, you've all these brackets not on here. That's before dowel rods, so you had to bang big bits of wood in to hold up shells and stuff. See here, the doorstep. So this wee canopy was added later. That was the original way in. It must have got too drafty, so we had to get the British back out to put a wee post on for him. There we are on there. A water tank. So I took the rainwater off the roof. Would have been a manhole covering that. So that's a water tank there. It's next to that building. You wouldn't know. Would have been sinks on there. What's the idea of that concrete coming out? Would there have been a stove on there? It looks like a fireplace, and that was high up. You can see there was a fire with lit on the sit. Why is all this coming out here? Maybe it was changed to a stove later. I'm just thinking would this been a kitchen or something else? I do, how did I know? Why was the water there? What are you saying over here? Hell's holes down there. So that's just the name of another walk. This side might give us a wee bit of the history. There's the Malinhead side. There's, see the 8-0 era? That's what people always think about Malinhead, away down there in the distance. And locals would have came and wrote their own names for using the stones. You get all sorts of names. From shipwrecks to legends about mermaids and all that shit there. There's nothing there to tell you. Small rocky islands. The oldest place in Ireland, the rocks in it. There's nothing here to tell you about coast guards. Unbelievable. The word coast guard is not mentioned. Titanic exchanged signals with the Maconie wireless station during her sea trials. So that is a Maconie tower there. Man features in the shipping forecast, so that's in the place we passed. Relatives lit bonfires on the headland as a last farewell to immigrants sailing to North America. That's why the 12th of July and all that's why they light bonfires today. The signal. Unbelievable. They haven't mentioned the Harvard Coast Guard up here. They mentioned the Marconi Tower. They haven't even told you which tower is the Marconi Tower. See, going by what I've seen before in all the old ruins, there was battens of wood in there, and then the wooden floor went on top. So that was a more partial wooden floor, wasn't that? There's like a fireplace over there, like a stove or something, but there's nowhere for the chimney to go out. Ah, there's a hole in the roof, so there was a stove sitting there. So a wooden floor. See where the top and all, must have been wood paneling on the bottom. The bottom was all wood paneling. The top was plastered, wooden floor. That was posh. That was more posh there. It's not looking out to sea. That'd been your man's office, big boy's office there. He didn't get a poach. He had electricity going there. Look, a wee water tank as well, catching the rainwater. So maybe the rainwater was never piped anywhere. They just used every roof they could to catch it. Pour in their bucket, there's no pipes came out. But the pipes aren't going in there. So they just wanted to catch as much rainwater as they could. Marconi Tower, like, let's see if it says anything on it. They're saying that they signalled to the Titanic. Now they would have signalled to all ships that had, the Titanic was one of the ships to have the Morse code on it, you see, that's why they mentioned Titanic. That's got a water container as well, they all have. Another thing about boys who cycled here, the multi-scooting challenge. Everything here except Coast Guard. That looks like it would have been a handrail or something, doesn't it? Bearing in mind it gets stormy here. Today is a good day, it's stormy. Some kind of extension on here that's filled out. There's a bit of a float. About Marconi, the British put up a prize offer they give to anybody who could invent a way of communicating with their empire. The empire was big, they needed a way to communicate. And Marconi did his first test between Ballycastle and Rathfarnham Island. So it was only a short distance. He was an Italian, but he was living in Britain at the time. I think he was actually working for the British at the time. The military or what, I'm not 100% sure. But he came up with the idea, he would have got the money then. But these towers here, that's the first time they actually, there's more than one tower, it's several towers. And that's when they actually scaled it up and actually used this communication thing. 1952 and 1957 on that cement. That was picked up in 1957, that doorway. But there's nothing here. Now the air down there is because of the Germans. I hadn't even seen a panel to tell you about that. It's just something you come down to the Republic, they just seem to either change history or don't mention it. And they're selling this place here as the most northerly place in Ireland. That's it. That's all they want the tourists to know. Come to the most northerly place in Ireland. And then when they come here, they're bound to all ask themselves, what's that air doing down there? They're bound to ask themselves that. They have to wait for a guide to tell them. Was there ever any bombs dropped here? I don't know. There's no way to find out, there's no sense to tell me. How far is it from here to Northern Ireland? If a German plane flew over, approximately what time from seeing that sign does he hit Northern Ireland? Are you chatting an hour? Are you chatting 5 minutes? We don't know none of these things. This is history they could be telling us. For you mind, your boy's coming across the Signal, Iceland or wherever he's coming from. There's our wee sheep down there. There's no sign here about keeping dogs on leads. There's the wee sheep down there now. Wee brown. Same colour as you, Willow! Same colour, wee brown sheep, the same colour as you, pet. A wee black one, same colour as Shadow. I don't see anybody else. Years ago, local people would have wrote the names. The council must clean up now to stop it. There's nothing wrong in it, like. But that area there, that's done up all the time. That's not original. Well, that gets a wee clean. That's why it's there. And there's several other heads around Ireland where the air is rough. I always thought it was just the one place. It's not until you get in your travels and start going around you notice these things. One of us disappeared all over the place. Whoa! There's not a lot to see here now. Was Marconi himself on that tower one day? I don't know. It was in Ballycastle anyway. Would have been nice if they had a wee diagram of how the actual Marconi signal worked. What size was the machine? I took that whole tower, like. Does it use powers electricity? How did they generate the electricity? You always see them, they always get wee handles and turn them. These wee radios, you would wee dynamos and turn the handles. Titanic had its own big generators and electricity, but where did they get the electricity from here? How did they produce the electricity? There's a lot to learn. They're telling us a lot. Where did the ones live? Where did the families live? They built this wee fancy thing up here with a telescope. There's a wee sign over there, didn't see. Might tell us. Didn't see that sign there. Hi there. There's a sign there now. For over 200 years, Malinhead location has given it a vital role in communications. Even today, many people know it from the daily forecast. About 1805, the British built many watchtowers like this to guard against an invasion from France. See the French and Napoleons during the Napoleonic War. Later, the insurance company Lloyd's of London used the tower to contact ships offshore. At first, they used telescopes and semi-forward revelators. In 1902, Lloyd's hired the Marconi Wireless Company to set up a station in the tower. So Marconi didn't build the tower. Lloyd's hired them. The tower was there before Marconi. So you see there now, look at the big aerial. You see the wee hut in the big aerial. And it gives you an idea. The aerial's going into there, and there's wee shutters on it. That's not the one we're looking at, is it? Marconi Tower's there. Need to look around for that. Would that be the one with the wee porch? That's the one that I walked through. The wee porch is in there. Wee fire. So the aerial comes down top of the roof. There's another aerial there in the ground. There might be a mark in the ground where that one was. I'll take a wee look for that. There's anchor points. So there might be anchor points in the ground for these cables. But as far as Marconi Tower goes, there's a horse and a cart. 1902, Lloyd's hired the Marconi Wireless Company to set up a station tower. The military again used this lookout tower during both World Wars. It says the military, it wasn't the British, but the British military, the First World War, and the Irish Army in the Second World War. The concrete bunkers and huts date from World War II. I don't know. Must have been the Irish Army. British weren't here. Would you even call them a bunker? Them actual planes there came from Eglinton. I've never seen a photograph of planes come from Eglinton. That's the air was there, that's a slight chimney. Don't see nothing on that roof. Hello, Willow. Just go and look at this again here, look at this interesting. Grumman Hellcats. Never even heard tell of that plane before. Grumman, G-R-U-N-man Hellcats, based at Royal Navy Air Station, Eglinton. Royal Navy, Eglinton. Never heard tell of the Royal Navy in Eglinton. Must look that up on the internet, Google, see what it comes up with. Eglinton. The Navy wouldn't get to Eglinton. It's all sand and all, isn't it? Muck. You wouldn't get a ship in that close. Maydown's the closest, but maybe that's what they mean. But even then, they take out from ships, they land in ships. Grumman Hellcats based at Royal Navy. And why are they over here? That's Second World War. There's questions to be asked here. See up here they say British. No, there's no doubt about it. 1805 the British. Down here the military. I'll check for a couple of these anchor points. Well, go over that picture there. It looks further forward than that. There's a wee lane going up. There's a lane going up. That's the road coming round. The hut's there. There's a big building behind there with a window up high. See that? Just about to make that out. There's a wee window up high there. That had been accommodation, it's no longer there. Take a wee look here now to see, well. See, that's the wee building there, like. But, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a photograph of it and carry it down and compare it. Come on, camera's very slow. Right, so you got the porch coming out here, you got the window, and you got two bits of concrete at the back. So we'll go and check this now. Is that building? You need to check these things. No, it's not that building. Not it. No, but hold on, I'm looking at it from the other angle. So, there's your tower. No, that's a different building. Different building. You could have built it on the same foundations, like. But you think there'll be anchor points out here. Like, that's a complete different building there. Maybe the original ones fell and just was there. And World War II, these other ones of it. But there's bound to be stuff in here where the cables came down. Not hard to see where the cables came down. There's a big slab of concrete line there, that's not a bit of the roof. Hard to believe you don't see no trace. There was a post on there, but that's just like a fence post, that's not like a farmer would put in. Now, I know the grass is great, but people are nosy. And if you had a wee metal ring or something on the ground, everybody goes over to look at it. And when everybody looks at it year after year after year, the grass doesn't get growing there. Ah, we're not going to get no sign of it, Willow. How do we know the area was? Could be even underneath that round thing. They have put covers over them telescopes. What's the idea of that, Jim? Covered? The people lift the covers off to take a look. See that had a thing sticking out there? Is that like the photograph? Let's see. What does photograph again? Well, where's this photograph? I see it too. Need a faster phone. Come on. Tapping it's not doing nothing. It does my head in. It's like a sat nav this morning. When you actually need something to work, it doesn't work. will not come up. It's not coming up, Willow. I gotta fuck this phone against the wall, you know that? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Cheap phone, you get what you pay for, like. That is it. That's the building. See this wall's knocked down? That's it there, we see there. So the back wall's knocked down. That wee wall there is where Willow is. You got your window with the wee shutters and the wee porch in the front, and the boys all stand on the roof, and it's got an aerial coming out of the top of the roof. Now it looks like the aerials coming out of the top of the roof are right in front of the building, and maybe that's why it's got so many iron girders inside, to take the weight of the aerial. How did it up? That's definitely a wee building anyway, so that's original. That's the original wee building. And the aerial's right about there anyway. So the guidelines should be all around here. No truth of them. Well, do you want to try and do a wee bit of this walk? I don't think you do. See, down there is bleakness. That's just bleakness. That's something you do with a young dog. I don't think it's going to be a great walk. When they say look after your children, it's not a proper walk, like. Oh, that's my now, Pep. Have you seen enough, have you? Do you know what? We didn't look at telescopes, did we? We didn't get up at I'll look at telescopes when we go. Because somebody watching this video might be interested in the telescopes. Why is a cover on them? Oh, it's falling apart already. So the steel wheelchair can sit in the middle. That's not actually doing nothing. They must get fed up coming annoying us. Do you know what point of supervision is needed? Is it free? Is that the main thing? I can see nothing with them. There must be a wee coin meter in it somewhere. Are they going to charge for it? You know what it is? They put that on so you can't put the money in to use it because of COVID. They don't want to use it. But it takes money. Oh, I think these things are stupid. There's a wee money box at the bottom. What's it cost to buy it like and put it in if it doesn't get used? Alright, honey. What a wee chimney, just a wee square concrete block. There wasn't much money put in to build that, was it? Wouldn't rush back, Willow. Wouldn't rush back. That old Coast Guard station along the Antrim Coast Road, far better. Far nicer view and everything. The only thing about this one is the most further north, that's it. Look at this here now, look. That's the wee block we're looking at. But I can't see them tying stuff onto that. That's out in Park so far. Within this path, we went back up to the car. We don't know, wee doggy might be along this path and might be peeing and she might want to snuff. It's not too warm today, like. Hello girl, Willow! Hello girl! We're right here a wee bit, Pip. Aye! Do you want to go first? Your younger days, you would have loved that. You would have loved that in your younger days. Aye. Shadow, he'd been away far ahead. He never waited. He was always away ahead. Stay here now, you know you're on ahead now. There's the sea over there and the sea over there. Northern Ireland's that way there. But you got Greencastle all the way, haven't you? Mom, we head back to the car now, Pet. We'll see enough. We'll go across the rough stuff. Ah, like a wee mountain goat. They might see something. Oh. leave here. Not a few hours of the day left yet. I don't know, we should be walking that peated knot wall. Maybe doing a bit of soil erosion, you know, from it. Your wee paws is okay. You don't get no harm. Your wee ears is blowing up. The one blowing your wee ears up. Toilets look nice, don't they, like? Alright, alright. It'd be nice to put on how long they pass for rather than just tell you about them. So there's a wee map there. Hell's Hole's over there. You know one thing I heard on TV one time, I learned a lot from TV. See when things get named like Hell's Hole? That was just scare off. You know why Scooby-Doo there? Scooby-Doo. There's always somebody up to no good. Hell's Hole was to scare the locals off. I can't go near Hell's Hole. That was smugglers. Smugglers would, if the smugglers were using somewhere, they didn't want the locals stumbling upon all the loot and all that. So they'd always put a legend behind it. So the chance is Hell's Hole is one that, oh, gee, I need to kill myself on that curve. Now it could be where the sea's rushing in, but it'd probably be a wee cave in there. Oh, they kept their stuff in that cave. Didn't want anybody going near it. Alright, alright. I don't know if I was safer down there, but that's just generally give someone a bad name, ones to be scared. Keep them away, how nosy buddy. Up they go, honey.